My name is Mike.
My name is Donnie.
And we're the
Thewhetherdudes.
And today's movie to weather for you is...
Real Steel! This movie takes place in the year 2020, where human boxers have been replaced with robot boxers. It's about the story of Charlie Kenton, who back in the day was a professional boxer. It's his story of, now he wants to stay in the realm of boxing, so he has his own robots to control and own and everything. Unfortunately, his robots or he are not the best. He just happens to be down in the dump, down in his luck. Money's really short for him, so...
Yeah. And fortunately, his luck gets even worse, where he inherits a child who happens to be 11 years old that he doesn't want at the beginning. And it's them trying to relate with each other. And this kid actually ends up finding a robot who happens to be like second generation, the one right after Model T.
Model U.
Very good, Donnie. I'm surprised you knew that answer. And so it's about the relationship with them and this robot, how it helped put them back together as a family. So it's also about the underdog type story.
$110 million to actually make this movie. Unfortunately, first weekend it's only made $27 million.
Yeah, so it's got a long ways to get there, but good thing it's #1 at the box office at this moment in time.
#1.
And if you know anything about Touchstone, they're actually related to Walt Disney. If you know anything about Walt Disney, they play movies till they're dead. So it will make its money, trust me, it's going to make its money.
Long time, but it will.
Right.
I really thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Like we were talking about, it's an underdog story. One of those people who likes to root for the underdog story, or who doesn't. But when I was watching the movie, I kept thinking Rocky Balboa, the first movie, first Rocky, not the 1, 2, 5, 6 that followed it. It's about the whole chance of one person that nobody knows, the underdog that's kind of showing some stuff, getting a chance, this one in a lifetime, rare chance to fight the big dog on campus.
And I would agree with him. It was kind of like watching Rocky also. Thank God the robot didn't talk, because then that would have ruined the whole movie. It was still just a robot.
Yeah.
But I think the movie was inspired by an old game. And that game would be Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Everybody had one of these when they were a kid, didn't they? Yeah!
Unfortunately, I didn't.
And it is about robot boxing, but it is about a relationship also between this kid and his dad growing. Good thing about it is the special effects were really good. It didn't overtake the storyline. Like I told you before, special effects are glue. They're not part of the movie. I mean, they're part of the movie, but they're not the main part. Story is important.
Very much so. Yeah, like you said, glue for the movie, not the movie. Great movie. I thought some of the special effects are great. I thought it was going to be all about the robots, but it was not. It was two different lines going on.
I mean, they were actually on the sidelines, just like this game.
You were on the sidelines.
They were controlling these babies just like this. Oh, it was really fun to watch. I mean, I wanted to be on those controllers.
All right, Mike.
It was awesome.
I know it's a trip down memory lane, but calm down. This movie, I would recommend for family. Take your kids to go see it. It was great.
It's
really enjoyable.
I think it's a family movie. I would have to say that.
You wouldn't be like, oh, I wouldn't see it because I took my kid. You'd actually you'd enjoy it yourself.
Yeah, yeah. So you won't be disappointed if you take a kid to it and you enjoy it too. Don't be a tough guy and say it's stupid. Just watch it, okay? But fortunately, I had to give this movie a cloudy day. Part of the reason I give it a storyline is the storyline was good, but the acting was okay. The main actors was really good, but everybody else was kind of mediocre. I think there was a couple loose ends that need to be tied up in this movie, so it didn't quite complete the movie for me. But don't get wrong, I still enjoy the movie, so it's enough for me to own it at the library. And I love sci-fi, so this gave me a good piece of sci-fi to add to my collection.
I, on the other hand, gave it a sunny day. Just because I really enjoyed it. I mean, the storyline I thought was really good. As far as the loose ends you're talking about, they're loose ends, but they weren't needed to be made because they made the movie.
It wasn't like they needed to be in there.
You're right. They could have been without.
There were some things that could have been missing that didn't need to exist. That's what I'm thinking.
But they weren't. That's why they didn't. That's why they considered like they were a loose end, because they weren't really important to it, but it's enough detail to give it the storyline to go with.
Exactly. They were like little speed bumps in the story.
But without those speed bumps, you don't have that story still. So
whatever, man.
So and then, like you said, these are the movie was like Sock and Robots on acid. I'd rather watch that on a big screen than at home on a TV.
Unless you have 55 inches of power. But anyway, moving on to last week's question. Last week's question was, what series did Joseph Gordon-Levitt play in?
That TV show. Also, Country Song Mike was Third Rock from the Sun.
So he got the answer right twice. Isn't that awesome?
I'm just that good.
And moving on to next week's question, staying in the spirit of what we just watched, when was the first release for this game?
Not the re-release, the first release.
Yes. So stay tuned next week.
Responses.
Okay, we'll just send responses first. Sorry about that, guys.
Our YouTube account or our email account, thewhetherdudes@gmail.com. Thewhetherdudes, all one word, and whether or not to see the movie. Stay tuned next week when we weather the thing.
And we actually have a little surprise for you on the 13th, which actually be Thursday. We're going to release 13 Halloween movies that we think you should see.
So, don't miss it. Stay tuned.
Woo!